What are you doing, Rufus?
Don't you think Miss Fishburne is nice to us? But I always have the feeling she's hiding something. For now, you're still the only real friend I have, Jack.
I was just talking to rats. Oh, right, okay. If I go down there, do not drink the rat. Also, how did he get down there? Oh, he went through the building. I take it I can't go through the building myself. I cannot. Rufus?
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
I can't help but notice you're talking to a rat. And I'm really kind of saddened to see that he's your only friend.
How come you consider it your only friend?
I found Jack when he was a baby, alone amongst dead rats. Poison, probably. He was the weakest, but he survived. Just like me with my parents.
Like you and your parents?
When I was 8, my parents died in a car accident. Rumour says I didn't get a scratch.
So... Oh, because people think you're cursed somehow. So it must be linked to the accident. So you don't remember the accident then? You must have been very young.
You don't remember the accident?
No. I was little back then. It's been a blurry mess and very quiet in my head ever since.
Blurry head and very quiet in your head. So you suffered some kind of injury? Internal brain injury? Bit of a concussion? Clearly nobody's taking care of you then.
How have you survived? Did anybody take care of you?
I don't have any family left, really. Except for the good Mrs. Fishburne. She's like my family now.
Doesn't let you stay in her house though, it seems. I'll leave you be.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
He suggested she was hiding something. However, I do believe we already know what she's hiding. However, perhaps that's all we needed to learn. Stella, am I able to observe her? Through the window. We do have a view into her home. However, I haven't seen her doing anything suspicious before, and we do have a general good coverage when we're walking around the area to see her. However, Rufus managed to get away with hiding his activities for a while. Seymour.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Alright, don't be so rude. Nothing we can ask you. I'll leave you be.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
If we're going to drink him, I want to find out what that final clue is. But right now, treatment. Who else did we need to treat? Recovering. Martin Nightingale. Oh, the vendor. I didn't even ask him. That's how he was. I've still not seen Ichabod Throgmorton. Which is certainly concerning. Let's... Scarl and Guard fighting on the other side of this wall, perhaps. Let's go back up here, remake a treatment, and we'll go back to the vendor. Rufus? Paying a visit to your mother, are you, Seymour? Turns out I'll be spying by this window after all.
Stupid brat is gone. Good. Was tired of the maggot always hanging around our house anyway. My God, Seymour. Have you hurt the boy?
Of course not. Why do you care so much about that cockroach? Do I need to talk to rats to get some attention too?
Don't be so childish. You know I love you, Seymour.
But you worry more about that stupid maggot.
Don't speak about him that way. Rufus has always been the kindest boy.
Yeah? Unlike your real son, right?
Seymour's jealous of Rufus. Did he... Where is... Oh, he's here. Your rat friend okay? What did he say? He got rid of someone. Rufus.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Evening. What do you think of Seymour? Has Seymour been making any trouble for you?
Rufus, tell me what you really think about Seymour Fishburne.
Seymour, he just scares me. A lot. Actually, he scares many people round here, even big fellows.
You mean his brutality is infamous, even in this shady part of town? That's impressive.
That's
Yes, sir.
unnerving.
How someone like that can be related to Mrs. Fishburne, well, it beggars belief.
She must truly love her son. And a mother's patience, in her case, clearly has no limit, because she knows he's a serial killer and she's not turned him in. But are you jealous? Do you wish she was your real mother? You say she's like your family.
Is that jealousy, I sense?
No. I'm sure she loves him. What mother doesn't love their own? But she's so sad.
What do you mean?
It passes across her eyes sometimes, when she thinks she's alone. She hides it from everyone.
The sadness. So that's what you think she's hiding.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Is there more I could observe? I can't... Okay, she's still within her home. I am now quite worried about Rufus's safety, because Seymour, who has a history of killing people that annoy him, might take those urges out on Rufus. So that is probably the final argument I need to take Seymour out of the picture.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Seymour, how about we... Well, let's first discuss... You're scaring Rufus.
Seymour, why are you scaring young Rufus?
I don't like his act to gain me mother's trust. I don't like it at all. Little bugger is like a fly around shit.
You are very cynical. He's only trying to survive. You know, everyone needs a little kindness, and your mother is willing to show that kindness. She's a good person, he seems like a good person too.
You can't blame Rufus for trying to improve his condition.
I don't believe in kindness nor innocence, sir. The boy is either a fool or a hypocrite who hides his hand well.
You have a twisted worldview, and I can only help but wonder how you've ended up this way. But I think it's time that we went for a little walk. And that's it. Let's go for a walk and talk about your behavior. Maybe I can talk some sense into you. Just going for a little stroll, aren't we? Just the two of us. I know exactly where I'm going to take you as well. Somewhere you're familiar with. Maybe you're simply the latest victim of this serial killer. Nobody will know for certain. Nobody will know at all. You'll just be another body on the pile, and we can't take you that way. That is a shame. Seymour. What are you doing down here, sir? You don't look well at all. Let's,
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
let's try this again. Sorry, this is only my second time, you see. Come on. We're doing this for, well, because we need the experience. We need to make sure Rufus is safe. We need to make sure that he doesn't finally snap and take things out on his mother as well. Just get close to the wall just in case. We're underneath the bridge. Perfect.
You tricked me good, Doctor. Tell me, who will take the blame for your murders now that I'm dead?
Who says there's going to be more murders? The Wet Boot Boys are too big a problem. Seymour, however, I can deal with. And I imagine his key unlocks these valuables. The valuables he's taken from his previous victims. Goodbye, Seymour. I can't say it's been a pleasure, but I'm sure things will be a little more peaceful around here from now on. Let's sneak past you again. Excuse me. Just, an Ekon minding his own business. You're a Volcult, that's fine. I just don't want to tussle with you. I mean, I could probably take him, but let's not test that theory. I've still not seen any sign of Mr. Throgmorton. Last time I saw him, he was out the front of the night shelter and he's seemingly disappeared. He's not hiding round any of the corners, is he? No, definitely not. Right, let's go to the shopkeeper. We can give him a treatment. We'll nip back to the safe house, make another replacement, and give this area one last sweep for Mr. Throgmorton. There's two people moving outside her house on the other side, but I believe Prue and Guard patrols there. Excuse me.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reed.
Alright, calm down. I'll just call you sir, shall I? I couldn't help notice last time we speak you didn't seem well, so I was, just gonna check everything was okay.
Young man, do you require medical attention?
I don't like asking for help, but I don't want to be one of those poor sods dying in the streets.
Well, here, take this, and we'll make sure you stay. Well, we'll make sure you don't turn into one of those poor sods, shall we?
There's no shame in asking for help, especially when you are in desperate need of it. Here, take this. You should recover in no time.
Thank you, I suppose.
And you're welcome, I suppose. Nothing new. Oh, I shall leave you be.
Goodbye.
Now, let's... I kind of almost want to just forget about making the treatment until I find Mr. Throgmorton. I'm beginning to get a little bit worried for his safety. Because out here... there's Prue and Guard. And they are stepping up their assault on Scarl. I found him, Ichabod.
They've got bigger problems elsewhere.
What are you doing? We know where he is. I'm gonna go get that treatment. You just wait there, Ichabod. I'll be back. I want to talk to you. Right, treatment. You better still be there. Oh, there you are.
Protect the whole city.
Ah, you're practicing with your steak, I see. Excuse me. Oh, careful you're waggling that thing.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
I've actually noticed you don't seem too well. Is that true? Do you need any medical attention?
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
Actually, I may. In my line of work, I have to stop at any sign of infection.
Well, here, take this. I can assure you, you're not coming down with a case of vampirism. You've probably just got a case of the cold.
Treating a vampire hunter's wounds is certainly a first for me. I'm happy to help you, of course.
Naturally.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. Your support means a lot.
Of course, as a fellow citizen, I do want to see vampire hunters succeed. Naturally. Then let's let you be.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Apparently there's something more to discover about you. However, I tell you what, it might be related to the hint that I failed. It might have locked me out of further hints. Well, we're done here. We should head back up to Whitechapel. As well as the hospital. We'll go back to the hospital. We'll speak with Dr. Swansea, inform him of how events are developing. And then on our way to Whitechapel, we'll take the route that'll try help us find an exceptional restaurant for Calhoun Russell. And then also check if the merchants have good handle parts, because we do still need those. I very much would like to upgrade my sword. I was kind of wanting to go that way, gentlemen. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be going that way anymore. Okay, I'll go the other way round. That's the pharmacy. We'll cloak up here. Luckily, the one that can see me in my shadow veil isn't up on the bridge. Oh my word, that's a lot of fighting. Is that? No, Scarl. Sugar. Okay. This is where... Yeah, the chaplains. That's what they're called. Chaplains. Chaplains down there. And just generally a lot of guards. Let's... I really am trapped between two sets of guard right now. Not long, and then I can cloak up and carry on my way. I'd say that poor Skull, but... Mindless Skulls do need to be taken care of. And those Volcolds, or whatever they are, the lupine ones, they also need to be taken care of. Right, got past while they were distracted. I really believe we should be locking the gates to Pembroke Hospital. We should have the front gate open only, so we can see who comes and goes. And have the safety of numbers ward off anyone who might do ill. Now, Milton, did you have good handle parts?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Doing what I can. Let's see what you've got for sale.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Or a sharp sword. He has one good handle part. I will take it. That does kind of clear me out of valuables. However, I don't care for Seymour's... How much was it worth? 31 shillings. It's a decent amount, but... I do have other things to sell. We'll keep the cigarette case and the gold watch. And I do need to make a treatment of fatigue while I'm here. Thank you, Milton.
Less resignation and more determination.
There's Brannigan and Dr. Tippett's having a conversation. Edgar, let's go fill you in on events. A lot's happened since I was last here but a night ago. Now a member of the Ascalon Club, willingly or not.
Hello, Jonathan. How are things on the West End front?
Complicated, my friend. The rich and powerful feel threatened by the disease, and have asked me to put an end to it.
Yes. It is odd how resolving a crisis suddenly increases in urgency when it affects those who matter.
Or those that believe they matter. How is the epidemic spreading? Any news on that front?
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Honestly, I could be the one carrying it through the districts. If I'm capable of carrying this disease, I could be asymptomatic. What about the epidemiology of it all?
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology.
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reed.
Oh, thank you for your vote and confidence. With this disease creating Scarl, we do need to find the original carrier of it and find the original source of the disease.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
I did discover that when I realized holy symbols hurt to look at. Do you have intel on the Ascalon Club, and is there any intel I can share with you?
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
Really? I need to pay Usher Talltree a visit then. And hopefully, he'll be willing to have a conversation, because I know that Edgar is the black sheep, apparently, of their Brotherhood, because he consorts with vampires. What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson, though?
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
Some of them more real than others. He does seem just like a rich man who seems to sort of, in his own kind of stupid way, because building a wall's not going to help anybody, does seem to at least want the best. Does not necessarily know what is best, but sort of has good intentions, broadly.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
I mean, if you're richer than the people with the titles, you know, money is power and all that. Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul Stole at any point?
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
Then that is a question to ask Usher Talltree. Nothing more.
Thank you for your time, Edgar.
And nothing more here. Right then. We top up on treatments, as always, and then we go to Whitechapel while scouting out for restaurants. Which, really, it should be far lower down my priority list. Finding a good restaurant in the middle of an epidemic, when, you know, there's quarantine all over the spot, probably not what I should be doing right now. It does mean risking going past some pre-wen. I've got the backs. Nope, you don't have your back to me. Right, let's go around here. Cloak up.
Get weapons ready. We're vanguard.
Oh, okay. Still after that, big boy. But a suitable distraction for walking this way. I could have also avoided that entirely by just going down the stairs, across here and up again. But we are here now, and this FINSBURY gate, I might find an exceptional restaurant around here. Oh! I don't know what compelled me to do that, but I certainly didn't realise it was in my hand. There we are. Let's just make sure we've got the steak in hand. Things are a little less loud when I make mistakes that way. That is Pruengard. But he is weaker than the rest. Hello. Honestly, I feel sorry for this Pruengard. He's like downstairs knocking. I'm discovering a new safe house. Can I enter? Here we are. Oh, it's fancier than most. It's a tit. It's a real mess. But it is fancier than most. That just doesn't say a lot about the hideouts I have access to. The Vampire Club. Can I not read that? Where did we see that? The Vampire Club. Here we are. Do you think vampires hide in the dodgy areas and the hovels of London? No. They hide in the highest clubs and fancy houses of the West End. I know for a fact that some of them rule the Empire in secret. They have a club. They have public figures. They have balls and fancy parties. They aim to control the country and our destinies. We must reveal them for what they are. Greedy enemies of mankind born into this world to bring us all into the eternal darkness of hell. You know them, but you don't dare to pronounce their names. I will, soon, and everyone in London will know the name of the Vampire Club. Clarence Crossley. He really is on the nose. He really is after the Ascalon Club. How did he learn all of this, though? This is more than seeing a soldier get bitten by a man masquerading as an officer. This is intimate knowledge of vampire society in London. Oh, there's a chaplain there. This doesn't seem the sort of place I'd find a restaurant. And again, can I... That does seem... Let's cloak up. Sort of restaurantee. Can I... Oh, right. That's certainly a restaurant. Drop my shadow veil. Can I...
I'm sure Kaloon Russell has no interest in such a conventional menu.
Steaks, liver and bacon, saltfish, egg, fruit, rep, greengrocer.
Better go home, sir.
Oh, yeah, no, I will. Thank you for the warning. Sugar. How? Oh, he was turning around as I did that. How nobody noticed me do that, I will never know. However, I will not look a gift horse in the mouth. Nope, no, I don't want to go in. I wanted to jump over here. And let's wait for you to turn around. Not quite so cocky to jump down in front of him. Sir? What if I... Maybe I should carry some pebbles around in my pockets. And then, whenever I need a distraction, I can just throw them at a window over there. That's it. Oh, I got my shadow veil back. Oh, you know what? It's not like I'm going to need it again in a moment. Better safe than sorry. I actually might need it again in a moment. Yeah, I'm going to need it now. Is there anything new Lady Nashbury and I could speak of? They don't seem very strong, but there was a chaplain close by. That's who I worry about. 19. Oh, yeah, no, I'm absolutely going to head home. Don't... I'm moving. They're so aggressive. Let's just wait it out. Excuse me, which way was it again? I'm not quite as bold as well. Should just stop and check my map. Amidst vampire hunters. I do... You know what? Let's go speak with Lady Ashbury. We're here anyway.
Elizabeth doesn't seem to be at home. I'll come back later.
Oh, okay. We're not going to visit Lady Ashbury then. If she's not home, I'm not sure where she could be, but let's not go snooping around our friend's home when she's not there. I wonder what she's up to, though. Probably the same as me, trying to find the source of this epidemic. At least I'm not doing this alone. Of all the people I certainly trust Lady Ashbury the most. More so than Edgar Swansea, because he seems... He has an agenda. I don't believe his agenda is going to harm me anyway at all, but I just don't really want to be caught up in it. Right, also, now that I know what I'm looking for, let's nip behind the Ascalon Club and see if we can see a suitable restaurant. It seems that simply reading a menu in front of a restaurant is good enough. I will try and help this Karina Billow as best I can, as soon as I can as well. I'll be one of the vampires within the Ascalon Club, won't it? They're so nearby, you can just watch an amusement from the windows. Restaurant! Here we are. It does seem quite basic again. Liver and bacon, salt fish.
I'm sure Kaloon Russell has no interest in such a conventional menu.
Oh, those are nice looking chairs, though. I mean, he's a man of taste, Mr. Calhoun. But I would quite like, you know, eggs and bacon right about now. Oh, I'm never going to enjoy eggs and bacon again. Let alone my coffees.